What?
What's up, guys? Today is another Element eval, and we're fantasizing about footwear. Today, I'm talking about the AlphaBurly Pro 800 grain Thinsulate boot by Lacrosse, and I happen to have it in the Sitka elevated 2 pattern because it matches my camo, and everybody knows you kill more deer when you match your camos, right? Not really, but they look cool, and I like that. Couple things that I would point out, okay? First and foremost, this boot is made pretty big. And I know that there's big guys, there's little guys, there's guys who are big on top and small on bottom and all this and that. I have pretty spindly little ankles. And it's just kind of been the way I've built my whole life. Rolled ankles constantly playing football in high school. Something that actually applies on the boot is that it's made with a pretty wide ankle, which is nice to be able to fit a big fat sock down in there to keep yourself warm. But whenever you go to walking, you don't really have that ankle support. And I get it, like it's a rubber boot, like you're not going to have that, right? So it's okay, but something just to point out. Another thing that really bugs me about this boot, and I don't really understand, but it's not the end of the world, is that this top up here is cloth. It's a rubber boot, but all this cloth stuff's on here. And the reason I have these boots turned this way is because if I turn this one this way, you can see there's actually grass burrs and blood from a coyote that I killed on this boot, okay? The whole point of a rubber boot is that it's scent-free, doesn't really collect any dirt or nasty or whatever, waterproof, doesn't soak in any water, but then you've got this neoprene that's covered in some type of little cloth that actually does kind of collect some things and collect scent. That smells like coyote.
Got him.
One last thing I would like to point out about the boot is that I don't know what it is about the primer or coating or paint that they put on these boots, but I only wore these about, I don't know, 12 trips to the woods, and the color's already starting to come off of it. Like the camo is worn off right there, and you can just see the rubber. Now, I understand that I put these boots through a lot. I mean, I walked through a lot of briars, a lot of creeks, a lot of things, and maybe not everybody's going to put that much on them, and I understand that. Not that the camo going off is the end of the world, because I'm pretty sure I hunted my whole life in black rubber boots or brown boots, so no big deal, but you do pay a lot for a really expensive product, and it's just kind of sad to see that. Now for the good, okay? Overall, I really like these boots. They were actually a surprise gift from my wife for Christmas. Didn't even know I was going to get them. I'd tried these things on 5 times at the department store and never bought them because they're a little pricey, but they're worth it, okay? The warmest boots I've ever worn in the woods. There was one day that I had to put some of those hand warmer things in there because it was about 16 degrees and just I couldn't hardly take it, but you're going to really struggle to stay warm on those kind of days either way. That's all right, it's fine. I know I talked about having spindly ankles, and along with that comes spindly legs, okay? One of the neat things about this boot is that it has an adjustable calf right here, all right? So if you are a big muscle man and got huge big calves and can jump through the roof, then you got room to fit your big calves in there. So you can tighten down this thing right here, and it's not like that traditional rubber boot that goes around your leg and rubs your hair off, right? This thing will tighten down around the cuff of your pants and actually keep this boot pretty snug on your leg. That does a couple things, right? Makes it more comfortable and also holds some heat in and keeps your feet and legs warmer. One last thing I really like about the boots, okay? Besides the fact that they are waterproof, like it's a rubber boot, that's supposed to happen, right? But something I also noticed is that when I was having to climb those steep creek banks with that nasty black gumbo mud, these things would get in there and grab a hold, and I was able to cross and crawl up things that I normally couldn't do. Overall, I really like these boots. One thing I will tell you that you need to make sure and do if you want to make sure your feet stay warm, that's 2 pairs of socks. You need a pair of walking socks that you wear from the truck, walking in the boots, till you get to the stand. When you get to the stand, get the stand hung, crawl up your sticks, get up there in the tree, pull your boots off, put on a different pair of dry socks. Whenever you have that sweat on your feet, that is the one thing that will freeze your feet to death. And I found this season that is the most important thing for me for staying warm keeping my feet warm with fresh socks.